Hello everyone, welcome back to Eclectic. Thank you so much for watching my videos and for subscribing and for liking the videos. If you are not subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe because I upload every week at least one video. And hit the notification bell so that you can get the notification from my videos, okay? So today I'm going to answer another question. I think this is the most popular question that I've gotten so far, and that is how to get out of this, how to heal, what things you can put into practice right now at home where you are right now, and what things you may want to consider if you want to get better and heal from narcissistic abuse. Many people develop CPTSD, and this is post-traumatic stress disorder, but complex. It's a response. They are also changing the name of this because it's not a disorder, it's something that you acquired by or through being in contact with disordered people, okay? They can mess your mind like that a lot, so that's what happens. And then you sort of catch whatever it is that they have, and so you start feeling poorly, okay? So symptoms may vary for CPTSD, which is chronic, along, during a period of time. So your alarm system may be off and on at weird times, like you will be anxious, you will be depressed, you will feel isolated, you will isolate yourself from others because you may have feelings of distrust, you may be very you may feel paranoid, and you on top of that you may see yourself as feeling like that, paranoid. And also you may be hopeless with feelings of, even some people have suicidal thoughts, they are very depressed, they cannot sleep well, they wake up at night in weird times, mainly 3 a.m. or 4, and they have these intrusive thoughts which are not yours or from the abuser. Sorry, there's a dog barking outside. I'm in the middle of the city here, and so it's going to be a noisy video, but so you will have all these symptoms that together make you feel awful and horrible and like you've never felt before. And the worst, you feel also shame is very big with people that have been through that and through this type of abuse. So shame, guilt, anger. You may feel very angry. On top of that, you don't understand very well maybe what happened and why you feel like this other person. It's sort of like you catch a virus of something or something like that. So now I'm going to give you 5 things that you can do yourself to start healing. So the first thing is, you will be sad, cry. You will be angry, release that anger. Do exercise, it's great for you at this point in time because you have all these chemicals in the brain from your dysregulation that you have in the brain because of the abuse, because you have to recognize this is abuse. People that do things that hurt you is abusive, okay? Simple as that. And you as a person would kind-hearted maybe, you would never expect things like this to happen to you. So it's sudden. You've been through a tsunami, through a hurricane, something big, so that's why you have this PTSD, but complex. So write those feelings. It's important that you give yourself the time and importance to write those feelings, maybe journal, be sad, cry, cry. If you need to cry. It doesn't happen, nothing bad happens. If you cry and you're sad, and it's okay. Nothing happens, it's fine. Actually, there are chemicals in the tears that make you feel better, so please do cry. And so that's why it's releasing. It feels good to cry because you are sort of getting rid of all those pent-up feelings and emotions that you have there and that are making you feel horrible. So you have to release those. And then if you're angry, that too, you have to release your anger in a very civilized manner. Nothing crazy. Please don't do crazy things just because it will worsen everything. So you need to think positively, think in a way that is healthy for you. That's your main objective, right? Some people really benefit from journaling, and here's an exercise. Just write everything you feel if you want. Maybe you will find that useful, and then go back and read it, and then maybe throw it away, burn it, whatever works for you. And also, here's an exercise that I want you to do. This is great in case of hoovering and all that. And if the abuser is near and you have still contact and you're unclear whether, I have a lot of this question. It's amazing how people, they doubt themselves. They feel like they are the narcissist. They sometimes feel as if they are the ones with the problem. So the toxic person, narcissistic, borderline. And it's amazing how many times I've got that from my clients. And what you have to do is write down a list. I said this in a previous video, but write down exactly the things that this person did to you. You will come up with a big list, and that will be sort of your sanity thing that you might keep, not in the fridge because people will see it, but something that you can access and that is very clear to you that it's there in case when you get this self-doubting thoughts and when you start doubting yourself. So that is a great thing to have. It's sort of your sanity sheet of paper there, right there, waiting for you. So do that, and then so that you know and have it clear, because this confusion, people that are disordered have a lot of confusion. They don't have boundaries. Everything is meshed, and it's a mess. You may have that yourself. So sort of you need to, brush that off, take it out, or put it somewhere. So write, express your feelings, and that will help you clarify your mind. The third thing is no contact. This should be the first one, but anyway, this is not in order of importance. So no contact. It's the first thing, actually. You should have put it first. Okay. So do not contact this person. If you want to heal, zero contact. If you have kids, you have to try to minimize the contact as much as you can. And I've talked about this in a video, warrior mentality one, I think it's number 1, where I explain exactly how to communicate and with these people. I got a question here from a person that asked me the traumatic bond, that she is anxious and depressed but still misses him, and but she knows that it's not good for her, and she has like these feelings that are contradictory. And so what I advise you to do is go and find positive oxytocin, I call it. This is not a technical term, but you need to replace the relationship that you had with the abuser, where your brain released oxytocin, right? Which is the cuddle hormone and the love hormone, they call it. So it's environmental. So when you're in contact with other people, you release that oxytocin. This is why it's good to be in contact with people, okay? So you may be going through a period where you don't want to contact anybody, but try to, as the ball starts rolling, that's why you say it. That's how you say it. When you start healing, you will sort of try to be with people that you really know, that are good for you, that you really feel good with them. Identify good friends, family members, or something that you really know that are safe for you. So go and release that oxytocin with them. Meaning you need to bond with people, because that's how we are as a race, a human race, right? And so we need to bond. We are pre-made to bond and to be with people. So find good people. Give yourself that luxury of just contacting people that make you feel good. And do that because you really need it right now. This is your time to heal. It's important that you take care of yourself. And this brings me to my next point or thing, which is visualize yourself. This is the thing that worked, that I find it's very useful. Visualize yourself as a kid, as a little kid, and maybe go and look for your own pictures as a kid, look at them, see yourself there. This may be very emotional to you to look at yourself, because if you've been in a relationship, especially with a covert narcissist for decades and for a long time, you will look at yourself as a kid and you will see all the time that you spent with a person that wasn't doing any good to you. In fact, it was abusing you. So this is going to be emotional, but you can look at that picture of yourself and think of that person, little person that you need to take care of. You need to start doing a lot of self-care. That's another thing that I wrote down. A lot of self-care. Imagine that person, that little kid. How would you treat that person? How would you treat that little kid? Cute little kid that you were when you're small, tiny and beautiful. And not saying that you're not beautiful right now, just saying that kids are cute, okay? So look at that picture and take care of that. It's yourself. That's how you need to treat yourself, you know. How would you take care of this little kid? Everything that you went through, all this abuse, all this mistreating, all this taking advantage of your good heart, all this hypocrisy, all this reality changing that you've been through, everything that you had to go through and put up with this person. Think how this little cute kid had to go through that, and take care of that person, okay? And that's you. So self-care. Oh my god, it's so noisy today here. I'm sorry. I don't know if you hear it, but I'm hearing sirens, cars, alarms, car alarms, I don't know, a dog barking, and on top of that I have a construction there. So I had to move here because I was going to film there. Okay, so self-care. Be very disciplined. You need to exercise lightly, because I'm going to do another video about CPTSD and all the brain functions that go wrong. So it's a physical thing, and when I say narcissistic abuse, you cannot see the black eye, but it's physical and psychological. Because, for example, the hippocampus shrinks. The hippocampus is here, is in the brain. It's a part of the brain that is related to memory and emotions, and so your short-term memory may be affected. So physically, if the hippocampus shrinked, you have problems with that. The hippocampus may recover itself. That's the great thing about our brains. We have neuroplasticity, and so we can build new cells in the brain. So eat well, do exercise, but lightly, nothing very, cardio and all that, not very like exaggerated, because on top of your anxiety, you may be having a few issues there. And so just exercise, do yoga. Yoga is great for mindfulness. You have to incorporate this idea. I hope you can take this from this video. Being in the moment is really used in therapy, so that you can identify your thoughts and what you're feeling, right? And so sometimes people don't know what they are feeling, especially after abuse, because they're so confused in this enmeshment, and so they don't know. The abuser is sort of like a cult, so they would have brainwashed you in a way, and they would have inserted a different reality. And so you need to take care of yourself, as you are the most important person right now. And so eat well. You will have a tendency to eat bad foods. Try to change that in your mind, shift that, and go to the healthy part. You need health. You need greens, vegetables, good food, balanced food, proteins in the morning. Diminish the amount of caffeine, because that helps you with being anxious all day. You need to calm your nervous system. You need to calm down, because because you've been through abuse, so your alarm is on, and your alarm may come up at weird times. And so you need to calm down your nervous system naturally, organically, doing yoga. Yoga is and meditation. There are many meditations out there, and yoga with Adrian. I recommend that channel because that's the one I use, and I do all her videos, and then that helps you be in the moment and checking with yourself and know what you're feeling. So engage in self-care, mindfulness, meditation, yoga, exercise, walking, being in nature. All that helps your brain. 15 minutes of sunlight a day at least, walk, light exercise, all that will help your brain regain those cells that have been lost through the as a consequence of being with an abusive person. And so all that you went through will start to make sense, and you will become a better, more mature person that will still have that kind heart and that light. You have much more light. Like, I mean, your light will triple, okay? But you need to go through this to learn, you know? It's the price that you have to do to evolve and to mature. But this passes, okay? Believe me, this will go away after you take care of yourself. Maybe go to therapy. Therapy is, to me, if you ask me, is fundamental. It's necessary to go to therapy, any kind of therapy. Therapy, counseling, coaching, anything that you may want to do, you will need that. It's essential for you to express yourself, to get different techniques, tactics, do exercises to heal. And it's great to have somebody that you know that will understand you, that will be there for you, that will understand everything that you went through. I do online sessions. If you're interested, you can send me an email. There's my website is below, my email too. Or find your own therapist, your counselor, your coach. If you don't have access to that, you can always get into those good Facebook groups and maybe meetings. Find a meeting in your area. There are many resources that you can access. Basically, take care of yourself. Prioritize yourself right now. Don't feel guilty for not being there for others right now, because you're healing. When people heal, they take care of themselves, and they, you know, sometimes they isolate, and that's normal because you need to heal, okay? Difficult people, just not for now, okay? Let them wait until you feel better and you're healed and recovered. And one thing is, this will go away, this will pass, and from this you will grow exponentially, because you will mature. You'll be a mature empath, a mature person that is very kind, at least, because people that go through this usually try to help the disordered person, but then fall into this trap of thinking that they're helping them, but they are not, because they are black holes that only suck your energy, as I said before. So I hope this video was helpful. Please be sure that this will pass, and there's hope, and that you will get better. I can tell you, this really helps you heal, okay? So I hope you take care of yourself. Bye-bye. Thank you for being here. Take care.